Hello, this is a demonstration of the Napoleon Hat unbranded mantelpiece clock with a Westminster chime. It's Westminster chime because obviously with the three holes that allow you to actually tighten the bells, the chime, and then you've got the actual pendulum and the clock itself. So those three handle all of that. They tighten every 8 days, so I'd recommend tightening them. What I'm going to show you is what you actually get is obviously you get the pendulum that you need to fit in, and I'll show you how to do that. You'll get the key, which I'll show you how to actually tighten, but they are extremely well tightened at the moment. And then what I'm going to show you now is actually how to place the pendulum. When you receive the clock, you will notice that this surface here is uneven. My desk is uneven. When I move the clock, it's uneven. Wherever you're going to place it in your house, it has to be on a surface. It is going to be different from mine, and I'm going to show you how to adjust it so that it sits properly. So if you were to put the pendulum, so you slip it underneath and hook it, that sits there. If you were to start the pendulum, so I'll just show you a close-up of that, is I'm going to start the pendulum. The sound you're listening to is uneven. It will stop. There you go, so it stopped ticking because this surface is uneven. The way to adjust it, and this is with every single clock which has got a pendulum, is you have a little section here that allows you to push it left and then push it right. And the reason for that is because it's designed to move to any surface that you have. So let's put it onto a little bit to the left. So I'm just going to nudge it a little bit to the left. And again, no sound. A little bit to the right. And to me, yes, that stopped because it's uneven. So what I've done there is I've just pushed it a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. And what this demonstrates is how this has to be adjusted for your surface. My surface is different, every surface is uneven, and this pendulum needs to be centralized. So to me that sounds a little bit uneven. Actually, that's not too bad. So we're going to wait just about a minute just to make sure it's perfectly fine. Okay, so we now know that that's going very well. If it stops, just make sure you adjust it a little bit just to make sure it's on a perfect system. It just should be an even tick like this. Okay, but my recommendation is when you receive it, you put the pendulum on, you now know how to adjust. What I would recommend is if you receive it and you say, okay, right, this is now the surface that I want to place this clock. This is how I want to place this clock. Fine, what I'd recommend is just making sure you've got access to the back. And I'm going to let you listen to the ticking so you can hear the ticking. Just make sure you can see the back of the clock, hopefully. Right, so here in the back of the clock, you notice that it's stopped ticking. Yeah? I'd recommend once you place it, reaching into the back and then pushing it just a little bit left and to the right to make sure you find the center of gravity. So what I've done is I've just adjusted it a little bit. So all I've done is just adjusted it left and right so that I know this is the center of gravity, and we're going to wait and just see if this is fine. Yep, there you go. So it's just a little bit off. So let's push it a little bit to the left. So as you can hear, it's ticking away nicely, and in a moment it's going to chime the 15 minutes. Okay, so there we go. That's ticking away nicely. So the next thing I need to demonstrate is the sound of the chiming. So this sound here, if you were to look at this clock, so I will move it for now, but I need to show you how this is going to work, is this clock makes that sound at 15 minutes. So the sound you heard was 15 minutes. Now, the 30-minute chime is this. Okay, and then notice that I'm bringing it in very slowly. Excellent. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make sure it's wound up properly, so you notice that it's all tight. Yeah, and that's as tight as it needs to be. It doesn't need to be extremely tight, and you only need to do that every 8 days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it out to the hour. So when you're moving the hand, move it very slowly, and then there we go. Okie dokie. So that's the sound that makes. If you want the sound off, this is the button here. So right at the top you have got chime and silence, and what that allows you to do is just to silent it, and then from then on you'll hear no more bells. So you'll go to here, nothing. You go to here, nothing, and then to here, nothing, and then on the hour, nothing. So it's absolutely silent, so you can just let it tick as it's doing right now. Yeah, so that is a perfect working demonstration of the clock. Thank you very much.